Okay, hi Teal Meals. Let's take a look at your video. I want to start first by having you look at the video through. Pay attention, write down some questions, some thoughts. Hopefully I'll address things. If I don't, shoot me an email and say, hey, what did you think of this part? Always, of course, happy to set up a Zoom meeting with you and we can talk about it some more there. But enough of that. Let's take a look at your video and let's see what we got here.
Okay, thank you for listening to us today. My name is Julia. We are from Monsanto Incorporated, and today we would like to talk to you about why writing skills are important, how good writing skills can affect you later in life, to give you some tips to write better, and talk to you about an event that we will be throwing. But first, we'd like to start off and show a video that demonstrates the power of words.
Your volume.
What do you do to the same?
I wrote the same in different words.
Communication is everything. The way you communicate with another individual creates their perception of you. The reason why writing skills are so important is employment. 73% of employers will not employ you if you do not have adequate writing skills. In addition, when you're creating your resume, if they have spelling or grammatical issues, you're less likely to get hired. In addition, writing is a form of communication. It's a way that you talk to another person. So if you're writing emails to your instructor or to your boss that has a lot of spelling issues, they are more likely to see you as less intelligent than you actually are. Lastly, for credibility, if you're talking to someone and they are using a lot of spelling issues, it seems like they don't know what they're talking about. The people who write better are seen as more trustworthy and reliable in everything.
Hi, my name is Kayla. I'm going to be taking over from Julia. Thank you, Julia. So I'd like to first talk to you guys about some different tips to write better. And one in particular that we really like to focus on is the fact that if you aren't interested in what you're going to be writing about, it's not exactly going to turn out the way that you want it to. So whether you're writing for an essay or writing for a job opportunity, try to find something that you're passionate about. Some job opportunities that we'd like to touch on are things that enhance the job opportunities that you could get is creating a resume, and several things that you can do to enhance the college opportunities is FAFSA. And so before we get into questions, I'd like to talk to you guys about an event that we're going to host, and we're going to be calling it the 13th grade and beyond. What that does for you guys is that we're going to give several scholarships for different places that win the prize. And so we're going to give first place a full ride, second place $5,000, and the third place $2,000 per semester. What this does is it enhances your writing abilities, it helps give you more opportunities, and it will hopefully create a desire to want to go to college. So if you guys have any questions and would like for any of us to answer them, the floor is yours.
Okay. This one's a little tough to comment on. Uh, First of all, I absolutely loved the risk that you took with the video and doing the video. Kudos to you guys for doing that. Second of all, the video is perfect, right? I mean, it's exactly what you want to use to get through to your audience and make sure that they have a way of connecting and seeing with you. It was powerful. I was still a little difficult as a student at the end, and that's just difficult for you, and I am sincerely sorry, and it's also what I need to do to test your ability to present. But let's take a look back over this because let's watch.
Okay, thank you for listening to us today. My name is Julia. We are from Monsanto Incorporated, and today we would like to talk to you about why writing skills are important, how good writing skills can affect you later in life, to give you some tips to write better, and talk to you about an event that we will be throwing. But first, we'd like to start off.
Okay, so Julia is amazing here, right? She's very strong. She's very engaging. She tells us exactly what this is going to be about. She helps us to understand where we're going. Julia, I am going to say this because watch what happens. Let's shut off the audio here for just a minute. I want to go back a little further than that. Go back right to the beginning here. Look at you. You're smiling. You're engaging. You're excited, right? You really want to be there. You're on control, right? This person is really, really there. She's there for her audience. She's there to help us connect with her. And so it's really important for her, Julia, for you to move from behind all this ugly stuff. You've got to. You want to be over here. You've got the clicker, so you're fine. I understand that you need to be or want to be over there because you're going to show that video. There's two ways you can handle it that would work perfectly fine. You can say, okay, I want to show you a video, and you just walk from here over to here. You were in complete control of how that video was going to play and how it was going to work. So there was no problem if that's the way you do it. Your audience would have been happy to grant you the second or two it would have taken you to get to the computer, especially because you managed getting that video started and running so incredibly well. It would have been flawless. And the audience was willing to give you so much because of how engaged and excited you were. You got us really caring about what was going on. So moving from here to there wouldn't have been a problem. And of course, the second other solution is to have somebody else sitting by the machine and having them click on the video. And again, your audience would understand, oh, okay, you've got somebody there to make sure the technology works really well and so that the presentation is really seamless. So let's keep going here. I'm going to put the volume back on, and let's watch how well she does.
And show a video that demonstrates the power of words.
And she walks us through that. And I'm going to skip through the video because you guys saw how well she managed it. If you want to see it again, by all means go. But you had to go through a couple of screens. You knew exactly where to go. Click, 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 done, video playing. And again, I absolutely love this video. It was perfect. for what we were taught, or what you were talking about in the presentation you were giving to the classroom. You couldn't have done better. So let's move forward.
Communicate with another individual creates their perception of you. The reason why writing skills.
Let me again shut off the volume. Look how animated this person is, right? She's so excited. She wants to talk with us. She cares. Please come on out and let us get even closer to you. That's exactly what we want to do as an audience. We want to get closer to this person who showed us this cool video, and she's so excited. We want to be as close to her, with social distancing in mind, of course, and just being reasonable and non-social distancing time, because she's so inviting. So just come on forward. You can stand close to the audience and let us connect with you as much as we can and as is reasonable in this kind of thing.
Reliable in everyday life.
Hi, my name is Kayla. I'm going to be taking over.
Okay, the handoff is really good. Kayla's ready to go. You're ready to go. It was quick. It was seamless. We knew what was happening, and away Kayla went.
So I'd like to first talk to you guys about some different tips to write better. And one in particular that we really like to focus on is the fact that if you aren't interested in what you're going to be writing about, it's not exactly going to turn out the way that you want it to. So whether you're writing for an essay or writing for a job opportunity.
So I want to stop this here. And the contrasting styles between how Kayla talks and presents, and how Julia talks and presents is very stark, really, isn't it? And it's just as good. Kayla is just as welcoming. She brings us in. She lets us connect with her. She's authentic. She's genuine. She's real. We have confidence in her that she knows what she's doing and how she's going to talk about stuff. And she's very different. But both Julia and Kelly are equally good at what they're doing. They're equally great speakers for the audience to experience. And I think that's so cool. This is a perfect example of different approaches. They actually meld really well. There's no problem with both people being in the same presentation. It's a shift. It's just easy for us to see, okay, cool, we got a different person here. It's great.
Try to find something that you're passionate about. Some job opportunities that we'd like to touch on are things that enhance the job opportunities that you could get is creating a resume, and several things that you can do to enhance the college opportunities is FAFSA.
So this is tough. I don't remember. I mean, I played the clown in the class, and I did that on purpose because it was a challenge to every team. I did that with every team, and Louise played the more attentive student, and we wanted to do that as a juxtaposition so that you guys experience both, because you're going to get that, especially in a high school classroom. You'll get less clownish behavior in a business audience. And at the same time, you've got to understand that even when you're presenting professionally in a boardroom, there's going to be some clown or two that are actually going to be texting in the middle of your presentation. In my opinion, that's one of the rudest things that an audience person can ever do. If you're going to take the time to sit down or stand up and talk with me and show you stuff, I should take the time to completely give you my 100% attention, shut off my phone, leave it in my office, whatever. Sadly, you're still going to get some people who go and do that. We have faculty meetings here, and we have one person in the department who's constantly on his phone texting, and it blows my mind. We've got a faculty meeting, which isn't the most important thing in the world, and still it is important because our job is to make a strong department. You're going to get it. And if that's what's throwing you off, Kayla, here's a little trick that you could do. Louise wasn't messing around. Louise was focused. She was paying attention. So ignore the person who's doing the bad behavior and focus on the person who's clearly interested in what you have to say and make the connection with her. And that will help you feel a little bit more comfortable. And you really got to end up ignoring the person who's being a clown. Now, if I didn't play that role, I don't know what happened for you. And I wish I could ask you, and please, if you want to take a minute, shoot me an email or have a short Zoom meeting so we can talk about it. I'd really like to be able to help you because something fell apart for you here. And I'm really sorry. It was sad because you were presenting so well. I was really kind of looking forward to it. Anyways, it is what it is. If you want to talk, please let me know. I'd love to talk with you about it. Maybe I can help you out a little bit with it, but let's keep moving on here.
And yeah. So
Okay, that's perfect. You're going, okay, it's gone. I'm not going to be able to do it. And you walked from it. And sometimes that's just the right thing to do because you know you've only got so much time. You've shown the video and you're restricted on the amount of time you had. And I think you were right just to walk away from it. If you knew that there was no hope, let it go and move forward. That was a courageous move. It was the right move. It must have felt really kind of bad to have to do that. And good on you for accepting the weakness and just moving forward. It's impressive. Well done.
So before we get into questions, I'd like to talk to you guys about an event that we're going to host, and we're going to be calling it the 13th grade and beyond. What that does for you guys is that
I'm going to stop you verbally talking. You can see that you're thrown off and with your body language and stuff, and that's okay. And I also want to mention, look how well you went into the next piece in the presentation. You maybe lost that one chunk where you wanted to give us some of the tips, and at the same time you really got into the next piece and it's clear you knew what you're talking about. It was well done, it was well presented. Yeah, you're thrown off a little bit, but that's okay, it happens.
$5,000 and the third place $2,000 per semester. What this does is it enhances your writing abilities, it helps give you more opportunities.
See, you're clear, easy to listen to.
Hopefully create a desire to want to go to college. So if you guys have any questions and would like for any of us to answer them, the floor is yours.
And you're really giving of yourself here. You're putting it out there. I think you're uncomfortable. I think you're unhappy. I think you're frustrated. I'm guessing, please, I'm not trying to tell you what you're feeling here at all. It's clear that you're uncomfortable and you're dealing with it really well, because the most important thing here is you're leaving us as an audience able to continue to connect with you. Your humanness, your humanity is showing through. And in presentations, in so many ways, that's one of the most important things that you can do. And if it goes off the rails a little bit sometimes, still keep it on, because you never know how well it will go. And when it doesn't go off the rails, the better you are at it, the more often you've done, the better you'll get at it. And it will always be one of the best things you can do. Let's look at the questions.
Yes.
Yeah. I like using a fancy script when I'm writing. Is that okay to use when you're writing to a business person?
The script is in
like
an outline in a way?
No, the font is kind of squirrely and it looks really pretty.
Oh, okay. I would recommend.
So I want to stop again. You're clearly have a person here, Kayla, who is really interested in what the student Louise has to say. She's also doing something, one of the most important things in active listening is she's not 100% sure she got what Louise was saying, and she just asked in a nice way. And she said, "This is what I think you're saying. Am I right?" And Louise could easily and quickly respond, "No, that's not quite what I was driving. I was driving at something different." And then you went, okay, you showed that you got what she was talking about and you got it in your head and clear. So Louise knew that not only did you care, but that you listened and you were going to be able to provide an answer with her. She was completely confident in you when you process the question the way you did.
Use a Times New Roman font or possibly a simpler font in a way. You could, in your process, use a swirly font if that helps your creativity and your process in just the way that you think. But when you are submitting, I'd recommend that you use a simpler font.
Thank you.
So isn't that such a sweet answer? You're offering her, you're the only one, by the way, who said, well, you can just use the swirly, you can just use the swirly font, not a font, but a font, when you're doing your writing so that your creativity can come through on the paper. And once your creativity's been expressed, well, okay, you're going to have to formalize it, but you offered Louise an opportunity to express herself, and you understood what she was driving at. That student forever would be grateful because she knows she can be who she wants to be and she can be a professional at the same time. Phenomenal answer. Really well done.
So like, I'm gonna keep it real. I mean, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna be a rapper like 2 Chainz or Big Span or 42 Duke. And that stuff you showed me up there, can you help me like learn to write like that woman did so that my stuff goes further?
Like your rap and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could, in general, with rap, of course, you need to write and you need to create the lyrics and you need to do things like that. So we can definitely teach you several skills and you're obviously very passionate about it. You're obviously passionate about rapping and wanting to do things like 2 Chainz. So yeah, and exactly. So we can definitely help you enhance those writing skills, whether you want to go into rapping or even in the industry trying to promote yourself on social media too.
In addition, if we can teach you skills like learning poetry, which can help teach you how to rhyme words and get them to flow and be coherent together. And actually, Eminem taught himself how to rap through reading dictionaries and just expanding on his vocabulary skills. So something that I would highly suggest is just read. Anything you're interested in reading, anything that interests you, just read it because it will increase your vocabulary, which will increase your knowledge and can help you have more words that you can use when creating your raps.
Yeah. So again, this is really well handled. You're really trying to show that there's help for you, that you guys don't care. Let me stop sharing here. That your organization doesn't care what professional business I want to go into. For that kid, for Ralph, playing that role, he wants to get into rapping, and of course, it's a tricky business, and it can be very lucrative, and it's quite professional nowadays. And you're saying to him, yeah, we can help you with that if that's what you want to do. Yeah, we can go with that. And then we get another answer from Julia as she's saying, and on top of that, here's something else you can do. So I've got 2 people telling me how I can do better with the things that are really important to me. Too bad I didn't get the rappers' names right, because I did write them down right. And I can say, and I think this is important for me to say, your video was so, hey, hang on a sec. I got somebody else who wants to come into the room. Your video was so moving that I found it difficult to get the names right because I was running on them so much. Cody, can you come back in about 2 minutes?
Sure. I just got do I even have
I'm in the middle of, okay. And you moved me so much that I couldn't even get the names right, even though they were written down in front of me. This is a great presentation. It's an A-level presentation. I hope that the feedback that I gave you was useful. You were in control of the presentation, you were in control of the room. You were doing the things that you needed to do and making sure that they got done. You spoke really well. You were easy to connect. When you did have a bit of a goof, you got back on track really quickly. You recovered from it really well. This is a beautiful presentation to watch, and thank you so much for taking the risk to use that video. It was really perfect. It was a joy to see, and it was incredibly moving because it's just a phenomenal video. So this was really well done, ladies, and the rest of the team as well, too. Congratulations, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.